Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here, and we have 48 hours until Shadowkeep launches. Cannot wait, I'm ultra excited for that one, hopefully you guys are too. We've also got new light coming, so we're going to have many new players coming in. I'm going to be working on a new player series as well, so if you have friends that are joining, kind of curious, have questions, I'm going to be kind of putting a video or two out a day about new player stuff, so they're kind of not completely clueless about some things. But for all of you guys that are in here, we also have 24 hours until the servers go down. So this is a time for you to do your final preparations, finish things up, kind of just make sure you're ready to log in and start playing as best as possible. So when it comes to getting ready, we've got a couple things to look at here. So when it comes to your character, you want to make sure you're kind of ready with your weapons, your loadouts, couple options, but also make sure you've got some space because you're going to be picking up a ton of stuff. So on my characters, I've actually made some space. You notice I have not broken down everything. It's the first thing I want to say. Don't break down every single thing that you've got, because some things may take a little while for you to find the new mods for armor. Specifically armor, I've cleared out a good amount of my armor. Like I have a whole lot less than I used to, but I still have some. So when it comes to like helms, I've got heavy lifting grenade launcher reserves. I've got machine gun targeting reserves. I've got some optimal rolls here for certain things. Enhanced sniper rifle targeting. That one may take a little while for me to find because enhanced perks are going to come from tougher activities. So for now, this one may be something I hold on to. But when it comes to other stuff, if it's not like a great loadout like sniper rifle targeting linear fusion reserves, that one's probably not really worth holding on to. Now special ammo finder, that could make it a little better. So who knows? But I've got enhanced down here. I've got rocket launcher reserves. I've got a pretty good roll here. So all in all, be picky about what you hold on to. You don't need to keep everything. Just what eventually all your armor is going to be 2.0. None of this stuff is going to be worth it eventually when you earn all the perks that you've got. So also another thing to think about is your vault. We're going to be picking up a ton of stuff. So you're going to want to make sure you have space in your vault. That's an important thing to make note of. Your vault, I've kept most of my weapons because honestly, I don't know what's going to be good. Auto rifles are getting buffed. Scouts are getting buffed. Hand cannons are going to have range fall off. Pulses are going to have range fall off. But autos, these are going to be doing some more damage. Exotics, I mean, you've got Graviton Lance that's getting a boost. So a lot of things in weapons are going to be changing. I'm holding on to most of those because I really don't know until I get them. When it comes to armor, though, I have like 10 helms. That's it. I've got some good rolls in a couple places. I've got some decent exotics that I've kept in case I want to infuse them later. But I will definitely say when it comes to starting out, I would not infuse anything until you're about 900. The main reason is everything that you pick up between 750 and 900 is probably going to help you. Whether it's a blue, a legendary, all that stuff's going to continue to improve. So you don't want to like infuse this exotic up and use an enhancement core just to have a blue drop higher than it on the next like chest that you open. So wait until 900 when powerful gear is going to be harder to come by. Your powerful rewards are going to be coming from your milestones, and you know those are going to be a shorter list. At that point, you can start being like, okay, I've done a decent amount of powerful gear drops. I don't have that much more. I still like this one-eyed mask that I've got. I haven't got anything related to machine guns specifically. Hand cannon targeting is a decent combo. I'm running hand cannons and machine guns right now. They still feel good. Okay, I can play with this one. Or maybe I've got hand cannon targeting and machine gun reserves have dropped already for me, and I can pull my one-eyed mask out of the vault or out of my collections, and I have those two mods already. I can put those into my new Armor 2.0 one-eyed mask from collections, and I'm good to go. You won't know until you know what mods that you get. Until then, hold on to things that are optimal for you. Everybody's going to play a little different. I've got a couple loadouts here like sniper targeting reserves. I've got pump action and shotgun reserves, heavy across the board here. So that type of stuff, you can hold on to some, but you don't need to keep everything. This is a prime example of what I kept. Enhanced rocket launcher loader, because enhanced perks are going to be harder to come by, and rocket launcher scavenger. This is a very synergistic rocket launcher focused piece of gauntlets, and it's probably going to be hard to make one this good for a little while, especially due to enhanced rocket launcher being harder to come by. So that one I'm holding on to. But if I roll over here to shotgun loader and scavenger, that one's pretty focused. Grenade launcher loader, that one's pretty good. Linear fusion loader and scavenger, I have it, but this one's almost worth breaking down because linear fusions just don't have a whole lot of love right now. So go through, clean out your vault. I have 250 slots, so I've got plenty of room. And most of your Armor 2.0 drops you're not going to need to be keeping anyway, so you're not going to be stockpiling a whole bunch of new armor in here. Weapons, maybe you will, but armor you shouldn't be keeping. Eventually, you'll start actually getting rid of some of this stuff. So your vault actually should have a little bit more space to it, which will be nice. Now, when it comes to your other part of your inventory, weapons, I would probably set up your loadout that you might want to have. a couple options. But honestly, your weapons are probably going to get replaced as you're picking stuff up too. So really, most of your stuff can probably go in your vault. Like, I would keep most of your weapons, just throw them in your vault, because as you pick up blues and use them, they're still going to be higher level, and that's what you're going to want to make sure you do. But for your cosmetic type things, ghosts, sparrows, ships, and your shaders, anything that is worth bright dust, you need to break it down now, because when Shadowkeep launches, it will no longer break down into bright dust, and that will be harder to come by. So bright dust is going to be coming from different sources. There's going to be weekly repeatable bounties or something they've stated. So it's going to be a different source. It's not just going to be coming from the Eververse engrams and things that you break down there. It's going to be coming from bounties that you'll be able to work on, but they're going to be a different source. We don't know if it's going to be easier or harder to come by, but my advice, most of this stuff is going to be purchasable by legendary shards and glimmer. It's not going to cost you bright dust to pull it back out. So unless you just have like a perfect roll, like guiding light, 10% experience, omni telemetry, that's on everything. Unless that's just had Banshee's favorite, that's about the only other way it could be. And Dreaming City combo detector, I know there's those bounties on the Dreaming City where it's worth picking up the little trees, so that one's actually decent. But do I need an EDZ scanner with Treasure Hunter so I can find more, caches? Probably not. Do I need Tangled Shore combo detector? Maybe I'll literally keep these two. But Mercury combo detector, probably not going to spend too much time there, so I can go ahead and get rid of that. Now this one has Speed Demon on it, which is nice for sparrows, but that's really a personal preference. Nessus Experience Log and Cache Detector and Banshee's favorite, yeah, I can get rid of that one. And that one's worth 1 shard anyway. But this one here, Vanguard Crucible IO Scanner, Banshee's favorite, it's a cool one. Now this one you'll know, it's going to give you more, takes longer to dismantle. It's worth 500 bright dust. Get rid of the stuff that is worth 500 bright dust out of your vault. If you got a sparrow, like I love this tilt fuse, it's got the right roll on it, but I've got my micro mini, so you know what? Maybe I'll get rid of the legendary as well. But honestly, keep a legendary, get rid of your exotics, because those again are going to be worth bright dust. Some are going to be worth bright dust. The ones that take longer to break down seem to be the ones worth bright dust. So ships, shaders, sparrows, all that stuff. Got a Hullborn Splint. Hive spawn effect when I land. Not really too worried about that. There's another 500 bright dust. Get rid of most of this stuff because you'll be able to pull it out pretty cheap from your collections and customize how you like. Keep one ship. If I'm like, cool, I like my Dragonfly, I've got my Dark Blade effect on it, I'm going to leave that one there, the rest are going to go away. The other thing that you're going to want to break down for bright dust is your shaders. Some of these are going to break down into bright dust. Break down every single one of these. No reason to hold on to shaders. You're going to be pulling them out for cheaper, different materials, and you only need like literally 9 for a whole character, so there's no point in keeping 15 or 30 of these anyway. I shouldn't have this many of these as it is, but I still do. But yeah, I'm going to go through and break down all of these. I have these prime engrams up there. I don't know if they're going to be worth a damn. I'm just leaving them up there right now. I wouldn't bet on these doing anything, honestly, because they still could be specifically tied to year 1, and they may not change. So they may be worth nothing new, but for the time being, I'm just going to leave them there, just see what happens. So far we've got vault space cleared out. We've got bright dust, anything bright dust related, completely cleared out. Now you may not be 750 right now. Don't worry about it. You do not have to level up right now because when Shadowkeep launches, everyone and everything is going to be 750. That's the good thing about this. You don't have to worry about leveling up. None of that stuff is going to matter. So right now, save your enhancement cores. Any enhancement core that you have is going to be ultra valuable. That's how you're going to like level up your armor pieces that you get from 1 energy to 10 energy. So they're not going to be anything you want to waste right now. And every single thing you have in the vault on your characters, all your armor, all your weapons, everything is going to be 750. So don't infuse. Don't worry about leveling up right now. Don't worry about that. So keep all of that stuff. So leveling up, not a worry, but if you are working on any campaigns, say your 3rd character has not finished the Mercury campaign, but you're like halfway through, go finish that because you'll have to redo that Mercury campaign when Shadowkeep launches because New Light is also launching for every new character. And they're basically going to say, have you finished the campaign or not? If you haven't finished it, they're resetting it. So if you finished it, you don't have to worry about it. But if you're partway through, you would have to start over. So Forsaken campaign, Mercury, Warmind, anything like that you haven't previously finished, make sure you do that. Even if you jumped into Forsaken, you never played those. Now, you don't have to play through them right now, but if you're like 2 missions away from finishing them, you may as well not waste that effort. That's just one of those things. Now, when it comes to bounties between your characters, they have previously stated in This Week at Bungie, Vanguard bounties, Crucible bounties, and Gambit bounties are all going to be reset and auto-completed, so you're not going to be able to take those into Shadowkeep. They're changing a little bit the way those work, so anything that's on your character is going to be reset. I have cleared all of mine out. None of those are left. Now, the bounties that you could be working on that still could be viable, you've got your Eververse bounties, which are going to go away, but any that you do still have will be able to be finished. So I picked these up, got 6 days to work on them. Any of the stuff I'm probably going to be shooting in the next 5 days in Shadowkeep, probably going to be okay. But Eververse bounties are going to go away. So when you pick up an Eververse bounty, some of these are worth 20 Bright Dust, some of these are worth 70, some of these are worth 150. Now I have a ton of these Eververse bounty notes because I just have not been using them as quickly as I should have been. These can break down into 5 Bright Dust per each. But if I can get 20 Bright Dust for 1 note for doing one of those bounties, that's still more efficient. So pick up all the bounties. Maybe you'll get them done, maybe you won't, but pick them up. It's not going to be that much. And then once you have all the Eververse bounties, you can break down the rest of the bounty notes, and you'll get Bright Dust from here as well. So that's one set of bounties you actually can still be working on. Other bounties that people may be working on still. You've got things like Dreaming City bounties. These may or may not be good. We don't know. Some people keep them, some don't. You've got Tangled Shore bounties. You've got planetary bounties, basically anything from EDZ, from Devrim K. You've got Asher Mir on IO. Those 3 daily bounties that you can do. If you complete those, maybe you'll get a little extra experience from saving those. I'm really not too worried about saving up bounties though. But if you do need planetary materials, maybe you can get yourself 30 more before you go into Shadowkeep. May help you a little bit. So planetary bounties may be something that you're trying to work on. That may be a little bit of something to save. We don't know if those are going to be reset. But remember, basically they have the option as Shadowkeep is launching to wipe most of these bounties out. They're not going to get rid of your quests. They're not going to get rid of your ballistics logs. Stuff like that is going to stay. But if you have basic bounties that are sitting out there, those, are likely going to get reset. So this Pursuits tab is going to be changing, and your bounties are going to be moving around a little bit. So that's why all that stuff is going to be changing around. But if you have progress on your Wendigo, and you haven't finished it yet, this is still going to stay the same, so this will not be as difficult. So it's not like you're going to have to reset this quest bounty, but if you have a Crucible bounty, that will be going away. Final thing that I can probably think of is going to be Menagerie. This is your final day to enjoy Menagerie. Right now, your drops from Menagerie are at least 4. So if I slot something into if I slot and set up for an Austringer with Ranged Masterwork, I'm going to get 4, maybe 5 drops of that Austringer with Ranged Masterwork, and I can see what perks I get. So if you've done everything else and you're just working on playing a little bit more Destiny before it goes down for 24 hours, Menagerie is probably your best place to go. You get a lot of drops, so you can break those down into weapon materials and shards, which are all going to be valuable. You're potentially going for that god roll on things if you're still looking for it. And we still have probably more, gems or runes than we know what to do with. So spending some of those at a much more efficient rate, it's probably not a bad place to spend your time. So we've got about 24 hours left. I'm going to try and get this thing up right at noon. Just remember, guys, I'm going to keep as much going when Shadowkeep launches as possible. I'm going to try and set up a new player series, so I'm going to be doing a video or 2 a day for new players, kind of an introduction into the characters, an introduction to the weapons, introduction to Gambit, kind of a basic step into some of these things. I know Nightfalls are going to change. Talk about those later. I know Armor 2.0 is going to change. I'm going to talk about that for all of us once I feel comfortable talking about it. Crucible Director is going to change, but some things are going to be the same. So I will be doing quite a few videos for new players, so if you have friends that are coming with new light, send them to the channel, tell them to subscribe. I'll have quite a few videos in that new player playlist that will hopefully be helping them out. I did a full Gambit tutorial between moats and, blockers and understanding just the mechanics of Gambit because there's not really a great tutorial for it. So hopefully this one helps you guys out. So I'll be doing videos like that on top of Shadowkeep videos. Hey, what does the new rune table work like? What is the new public event? Stuff like that I'll be doing on top of the new ones that I'm going to have scheduled over those first 5 days. I will be streaming a lot when Shadowkeep launches, so you guys can find me on twitch.tv/Ebontis. And then also on Twitter, you can see any updates we find, any progress, any new notes, anything like that, so you can follow me on Twitter. I also have a giveaway going right now for a StreamDeck. So it is the ElGato StreamDeck. It's a really helpful tool just for basically any PC user, honestly. So if you are on PC and you want a really cool tool that does so many different things, honestly, the ideas are endless there. definitely consider that one as well. So check out that giveaway on Twitter. And right here on YouTube. If you enjoyed the video, thought it helpful, drop a like below, leave a comment if you got questions, other things that people can be doing, let them know in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Hit the alert bell. You guys know I have a ton of content coming to you. Support has been awesome lately. The channel's growing well. You guys have been amazing. So thank you very much for all the support everywhere. And to all of you, enjoy your last 24 hours before Shadowkeep launches, and then enjoy your break as well. Clear your head, see some sunshine, and get ready. Shadowkeep is coming, and the moon, it's haunted.